I don't think we've ever reviewed these on video before, so I figured since I was digging into my MREs, that's where I happen to keep this set. I would go through them. What I did a while back on our websites, a sponsor of ours was a vacuum sealer place that basically sold industrial strength vacuum sealers, and we would do a bunch of projects, to demonstrate the product. And one of the projects we came up with was these little sort of emergency preparedness type of kits. It's not necessarily the perfect kit for anybody, but it was just some stuff that we happen to have extras of that we put into these small bags to test the bags and to show the performance of the sealer, but then also to have these kits available. And I think we made 2 or 3 or more, and I figured I'd just go through them here. I'm not going to bust them open because I think they're still in good shape. The vacuum seems to be good. I'll have to look back and find the actual article and see how long ago we did this. I suspect it might have been 2007, something like that. So it's a couple years ago or more. So in this one, it was sort of the tools and food, and this one was more medical, I guess. And in fact, this one is pretty much all medical. So what we're looking at in here is a large, a 6-inch gauze that I bought online a long time ago, really cheap. I think maybe this was a nickel or a quarter for these rolls, and I bought a whole bunch of them. This is some cloth tape, medical type tape. In the center of the roll of tape, not connected or anything, it just happens to be setting in the center of that roll of tape for space, is a little pill bottle, and there's some pain relievers in there. Then we've got another thing of, cling, loose sterile gauze, and that's in a sterile package. And because it's so puffy, while the rest of the package is still very vacuum sealed tight, that's telling me that that is still vacuum sealed in its own pressure. We've got a little thumb, LED type of light from Countycom, and it's probably still got the plastic so that the batteries never had contact ever. We've got some Q-tips type of things. On this side we've got some gloves. It looks like we've got a red glow stick, and then next to it a bandage. And I'm pretty sure this bandage is again a 6-inch military style bandage that I got military surplus from Sweden or something. Again, very, very inexpensive, but the reason I got those, not just because they're cheap, but also I'm pretty sure they're a green bandage. So if you're in some sort of situation where you don't exactly want a big white bandage, you've got a green one there. So that's the medical side, and again, it's not exactly a blowout kit or anything. It's just some stuff that I happen to have multiples of, and I figured I'd stick them into this to keep them clean and dry, and I stuck them in the car. And the idea is to keep, this one is actually the set that I planned on keeping in the boat, but we just haven't taken the boat out, so they've lived with my MREs. So this one again was the tools and food, and what we've got going on here, I believe this is it's some kind of caffeine gum. I forget which one though. Either, well, I forget which brand. We've got a small little knife, an inexpensive knife, which has never been used, so it should be really sharp. This is an MRE accessory packet, and you can see it's literally just there. And again, because the rest of it is nice and solid as far as vacuum seal, and this is all puffy, it's telling us that MRE accessory packet still is uncompromised and has its own atmosphere in there. Then we've got a large packet of Gatorade, I believe. And then in front of that there's a package of Gluconade, which is better than Gatorade, at least for me. I don't get heartburn from it. And it's a different name now, I forget. Behind that there's a large space blanket. Then we've got some re-rolled duct tape. And then we've got some basically telephone wire, solid copper wire with a shield. That way you can use it for both jumpers, use it as wire electricity-wise, but you can also use it as a baling type of wire. It's really good for making shelters and snares and stuff. Then I've got a bunch of 550, not a lot, but some. It's not gutted, so there's all the internal strands as well. And then another inexpensive knife, but one that I could afford to stick in here and have it with the kit. And again, it's not that I had plan that this is the perfect kit. I just thought that this would be something to make life a little bit more comfortable if the car got stalled or I was stuck somewhere, or in this case the boat. So wanted to keep this stuff clean and dry, and figured I'd just turn the camera on and run through them. So feel free to leave any comments. That's what it's all about. Thanks for watching.